he has the guy. He's the guy with the potential initiative in his deck right now. He's the guy with the incentive to get to that N'Zoth, get it played, and then get to that golden monkey because he's already progressed so much further towards that win condition than his opponent has.
Justice passes, goes through forever. Oh, that's a pretty big pickup here. Finally something to start commanding attention from the board, and also very sticky at that. Paladin has a lot of great single target removal, but Kieran usually demands 1.5. You know, you have to play like a bigger minion, you also have to play like Peacekeeper, Humility onto it.
So it starts with the hero power, no great surprise. That's a thing that's getting done on every turn, so might as well get it out of the way. And he's just going to consider what he wants to do here in terms of trading, in terms of whether he's developing extra minions alongside the Cairn, whether he plays the Cairn at all, whether he plays the Acolyte. These are all various options. He is going to respect the trade. Did have the opportunity to just try and push a little bit of initiative, staring at his opponent on 18 HP.
Yeah, but that's going to certainly...
This is such a tough decision for him. He got to the monkey he basically got anywhere with his N'Zoth win condition. He's barely played any of the high-value death routes. He hasn't just seen Sylvanas from him. So he can give up on that plan and just try and golden monkey his opponent to death right now, or he can try and wait. And it's a really tough call, honestly.
Yeah, and I would also love to play the weapon before I play the monkey too, and set that up. It hasn't presented itself in those situations where you want to, because as much as the monkey is great for what it can do, give you non-stop legendaries, if you lose the board once in your continue to push, you have no way to really clip back on support without like death, you know, or enough. You know, these are like some of the cards. I mean, those are all the cards that you can really use for AoE. Like, even if you draw Chill Maw, you don't guarantee death of dragons.
Yeah, I'm just worried about how far away he is from the N'Zoth, how much time he has. Basically when his opponent draws his N'Zoth, he's kind of already achieved the Cairn, the Sylvanas, and the Tyrion already. Sure, he has the answer in hand. You know, the win condition is so much further progressed on the N'Zoth side for Gosu, but it's further progressed on the Golden Monkey side for Eurystheus. So I feel like he has the
weapons ready.
The battle!
Yeah, the question is, when will Eurystheus feel the opportunity to also play Juicer for champion? And you know, Gosu forever, of course, waiting with that small boost. And when will Eurystheus draw something to play proactively? I mean, he's got the monkey, that's about it. He hasn't hit Tyrion, he hasn't hit... Sure, he had Sylvanas, but... Ragnar's Light Lord, another card that demands attention, too.
Yeah, sure is. I mean, can do the moderately irrelevant job of using the Cairn Bloodhoof here, but the heal to face is also moderately irrelevant. The big deal here is just getting an 8/8 on the board that your opponent has to react to, right? And this is the big benefit of the Light Lord over the Fire Lord, is that it's just an 8/8 that can hit you in the face if you don't deal with it. So.
Do you have the artifact?
Yeah. This deck does have a lot of ways to do it. Not only just and the weapon. Those cards are also feel like he can hero power another turn. He's on 9 cards. So he can draw one more, force the opponent to hero power yet again, and have a slightly stronger board because
weapon
so
very, very true.
That's also a possibility. Maybe it goes forever.
And that sounds like the most minor thing in the world, right? But when you're playing this kind of control matchup, that's exactly the sort of interaction you need to be looking out for, right? So I can get one extra 1/1's worth of advantage here by waiting one turn. These things add up when you're playing a 25-game Hearthstone, 25-turn Hearthstone game.
Each.
Yeah, each, yeah.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. It's going to be a 50-turn game if you count both. Eurystheus picking up the Kodo, not exactly the most helpful thing, but the Keeper of Ultimate Weapon is going to finally give Eurystheus some plays with his hand, because before he was going to be playing inefficient.
Yeah, that Cairn on the board just makes the Kodo a potential liability. He plays it, has the option to a 4/5, so.
Now finally an opportunity to use the Ooze. Does it feel good to the
thing is, if you're playing one weapon destruction in your deck, the Ashbringer is inevitable at some point in the game almost, because they're going to get 2 Tyrions most of the time. And this late in the game, there may not be 6 turns of Ashbringer left, so it might end up with the second Ashbringer overwriting the first Ashbringer anyway.
Yep. So
I wouldn't have minded seeing Ooze come down on the face over there, but it looks like he is going to...
You know what I don't mind about keeping the Ooze as well is that, I mean, your opponent.
Gonna be rich.
It's very reasonable. Now, of course, comes the fact that you're gonna neuter your opponent's Cairn. And I mean, people really want interaction in Hearthstone. This is one of the most interactive matchups you'll see. You'll have 1-1s hitting other 1-1s minion trading. And it's what people really enjoy about Hearthstone, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this Paladin is a class that has a bunch of board interaction effects. It's kind of the key of the class. They transform minions on the board. They change their attack. They change their health. It's kind of what they do. They manipulate the board in their favor.
So this is what you wanted. Got it. No complaints here.
Yeah. Control Paladin is like the number one no fun allowed deck, right? It's like, oh, I have a huge minion on the board. No, you don't. It has one attack. It's like,
I disagree.
I have a huge wide board. No, you don't. I have a quality construct.
That is Priest. Not only does Priest say you aren't allowed to have fun, your fun is mine.
Yeah. I mean, that's not no fun allowed. That's only I am allowed to have.
All right. There we go. Finally, Tiered being drawn in for Eurustus. One thing that will be exciting. I mean, I know we're being very facetious here, or coy, whatever adjective you want to describe. But the Golden Monkey will certainly have a very interesting finish because the outcomes of Golden Monkey can have a huge swing on the outcome of that.
Yeah, absolutely will. And Eurystus took so long to kind of get to this condition. He's finally just drawn his Cairn and his Tyrion back to back, and now his Endwalker's alive. But Gosu took so long. He's only just drawn the big 10 mana guy this turn as well, so he wasn't able to get too far ahead. It looks like he is going to be rewarded for the patience with the monkey here, and he's going to have to be forced to react to this Tyrion for the first time, potentially using one of his abilities. He could also just go ahead and play his shot, make it get ahead of him. Also have a Sylvanas with complicated proceedings with the Death Rattle of the Cairn on the board. This is where fireworks are about to fly, Rodan.
Yeah, we've been building up for this for quite some time, and we'll finally see the payoff of how the control matchups, whether or not the foundation they've laid will allow them to be carried to victory here. So this is like where the rubber meets the road, assuming he's playing the Nizal, which is interesting because he's not even like trading in his Cairn here. Oh, okay, he's gonna just remove the weapons. He made us think like he's gonna play Nizal.
Yeah, he really did. He got pretty close to committing it to the board there. It definitely came up and left his hand, but then went back down again. But I think he's gonna take that one turn to neutralize the Ashbringer. Hope there isn't just an immediate N'Zoth coming back the other way, but there is the potential for that now, and now this creates the situation where the Ashbringer is always going to be in play that I was talking about if he chooses to make that commitment. But we do see double Pyro, double equality in the hand of Gosu, so there it is.
Here we go. N'Zoth brings back Tyrion. Now, if you sometimes want to trade the Cairn into it, but effectively does the same thing. Just have maybe Death Rattle something. Well, now, how does Gosu Forever respond? He's got the qualities that he said. And as long as one